But what if dragons were more than fantasy? Are they guardians, monsters, or misunderstood relics of a lost age? Join us live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern on Beneath the Hollow Moon.
Good evening, and if you're just tuning in, welcome to Beneath the Hollow Moon, where folklore burns slow and the strange never fades. I'm your host, Lorilei Potvin, and you are listening to us live on United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network on 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 in the beautiful city of New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm here with my amazing friend and co-host, Kerrilynn Shellhorn, and tonight we are following the trail and tales of dragons. How exciting is that?
Yeah, it's quite exciting. I was very excited about talking about dragons. Just the whole thing about dragons.
Never mind that we've had some interesting, well, first of all, about the energy I'd love to talk about, but we've had some really interesting and unusual kind of serendipitous sort of things that have happened that we hope to talk about, like the video I sent you about I'm Not Your Dragon that came out today. We got lots of stuff. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, that was that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The energy's been weird again. Definitely weird again. If anybody else, I know the Schumann resonance had a blackout earlier this week. So I don't know if it's right away that you feel that energy or if it's like a couple of days within that, but really lightheaded and then super lightheaded, having to work a little extra hard at making sure I'm grounded and more time outside. And I know that I share this and I know that people make fun of me, but I'm going to continue doing it and I'm going to continue sharing that I do it. Having like a bowl of like Epsom salt water with my feet in it when I'm working at the desk and doing sessions and stuff, because it's just it's a lot lately.
I don't make fun of you for that. And another close friend of mine even mentioned, without even having the conversation, about the energy. So let us know how we're going to say hi to you in a few minutes here, but let you know, what have you been feeling? What are you experiencing with the energy around you, people around you, any weirdness, anything that you are going through? Because we had a check-in today and I had a check-in with my other friend, and they've been feeling a lot of tightness and, pain that they normally don't have, and they don't have an injury. And one of the things that I received from Spirit was, don't forget about the Epsom salt bath to pull out, any toxins. Also talk to you even about when you're in the shower, and we need reminders. And she works in our field. We even ourselves, we need these reminders about being in the shower, picturing how whatever kind of light it works for you, gold, white, whatever, and literally washing the energy from outside. We're powerful with our minds and as manifestors, but holy cow, I loved what were the words you used today? Wibbly, wobbly. I forgot how you used
it. It's Doctor Who, wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. Yeah. And then I use salty words a lot today. I was using a lot of salty words a lot today too. And I just saw, Contessa, I did see your message come up, and we're going to get to all of them, but it's interesting. And I'm very sorry about your losses. And that's what happened for me too this week. I found out about two people that I know. So I don't know if you remember Jeff Kirby. Jeff Kirby used to come into the chat a lot with us.
Yeah.
And so Jeff Kirby passed away. And and Jean Price. So Jean Price, she's a beautiful lady that did a lot of energy work. She's super supportive, especially of other women and entrepreneurs. And she passed away. It's just gutting. She's beautiful. So yeah, and that's what I'm noticing too. Like those people who want to stay stuck in the muck in 3D land are right. They're like a hornet's nest that's been poked, and then people leaving quickly.
I can contest to that because I had that in December and January, and no warning. Well, the neighbor we just supported, we're all like family in this neighborhood, and a good kind of family that everybody minds their own business. But as the weather warms up, we all get caught up, chit chat, support one another. If you ever needed anything, you could bang on any of these neighbors' doors and they could do it to ours too. But you just, bug people. Someone's out there soaking up the sun or on their phone. It's just a quick, hey, how's it going? Perfect neighbors. But we had lost the one neighbor. And then, like I said, my own son. And then there was a family member, not a close family member on my side, but still very quickly, like you said, they're here and just done, gone. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm very sorry for anybody that's hearing us out there. And I'm sure you concur with me with these sentiments if you're going through that.
Yeah. And definitely. Sorry, I'm talking over top of you. I apologize.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, holding, like, in my heart and meditations, all the friends and family connected to Jean Price and to Jeff Kirby.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, as well as anybody that's experiencing this right now. It's never easy when we lose a loved one or someone that we, like you just mentioned, the two people you'd mentioned, right? They touched a lot of people's lives. And when it happens quickly, it doesn't matter whether it's quickly or not. We feel that loss, and we feel, especially because you know what, that's why I always say I hate old movies. And I remember it was my mother that talked me into watching It's a Wonderful Life. And it's my absolute, one of my favorite Christmas movies. Although I found a second one, Kathy Hanley Little, sometimes she's able to pop in and she isn't. And we had this conversation before Christmas last year, and she kept talking about The Bishop's Wife. And I'd never watched it. And I really like that movie too.
So I'll have to look for it.
They don't tell you. I want to say it's Cary Grant in there. They don't tell you that he's an angel, but it's pretty quick and easy to tell that he is being in the human world. And it's an interesting story. Mm-hmm. But It's a Wonderful Life. I brought it up. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, even like a lot, most of the people in our chat and who support us through our podcast, we've never met in person. We've been fortunate to meet some of them in person, but not all. But they become part of your community and your online family, and you have those emotional connections. So even if you haven't had an opportunity to meet people in person, that loss is those movies definitely.
It's me. I think I'm going to close the tab. Never fails if I try and get stuff ready. It's me probably looking, or it kind of slows things down. So I apologize, guys. Oh, Connie, you too. I remember. I thought it was you too. She also kept saying about The Bishop's Wife too. So it was her and Kathy that you guys convinced me. Well, thank you, Mish.
Thank you for sharing that. I'll take a peek.
There's a reason why, because Kerrilynn said something to me before the show. It was interesting. She said you look very pretty too, but it was their comment that she mentioned. So I look like I'm glowing.
Thank you.
So somebody else picked up on the glowing Kerrilynn. Oh my goodness. Where I was going with It's a Wonderful Life. See, now I close the tab and it's behaving. Now behave yourself, computer. Is that you don't think about how many people's lives you touch. And I think what an incredible gift. Like, that movie has such a powerful message that you get to see what your life would have been like if you weren't around. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of course, everyone's messaging me as soon as I go live. Never fails. Sorry if you can hear that. Should we say hi to everybody? Okay. Do you want to highlight, or you want read, or what do you want me to do? And you do whatever.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to?
Sure. Okay, so I'll highlight and you say hi then.
Oh.
Did I do it wrong? So, hello. I'll start.
I don't know. We're having a really big delay, right?
Yeah, we are. I don't know why. I thought maybe it was because I had a YouTube tab open, and it's weird, guys, so we apologize. It's been going on with electronics too. So, do you want me to highlight?
Heidi Gold, thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you for being here, Heidi from Boulder.
Thank you. Got Contessa.
Contessa Martin, hello. Astrolite Paranormal, Victoria and family, thank you so much for being here. We're looking forward to talking about dragons tonight too. Hello, my friend Carrie.
Hi,
hey,
Carrie.
Hey.
So we got Lois Clark.
Lois Clark, thank you for being here.
Oh, got the wrong one, guys. I'm trying to skip along here. Oh, there we go.
Naomi Gerhardt, thank you for being here.
Oh boy, I hope we're not going to have this all night. If it keeps up, I might just pop out and pop right back in if it's going to be silly. So,
from Rhode Island, thank you.
And we got Mish.
Naomi is here. Jackie Collins. Hello, Mish. Stephanie Hinsberger, thank you for being here.
Julie Jean Bassett.
Hello, Julie Jean Bassett.
We got to give her a quick shout out.
Yep.
Okay. You guys, if you need help with animals, Earthside, as well as across the Rainbow Bridge, Julie is your person. She has a website for the animals. It's juliejeanbassett.com. And she told me what the website was the other night. And of course, I think I put it one of my, I'll find it or just post it, please, Julie. I know I was trying to commit it to memory because she's also a shamanic practitioner. And I'm telling you, Julie is absolutely powerful. One thing I do want to share as a testimonial, she helped somebody out that I was involved with. And this poor doggy, 12 years old, couldn't get off the cushion. And Julie worked with this little one and sent me the before picture and after. And the doggy was sitting up on the couch, wagging their tail. And so she's a pretty powerful healer, as well as shamanic practitioner as well, and a medium psychic. So check her out, please. Okay.
Oh. Hi, Michelle Wilfong.
Let's see. Oh, it didn't highlight. Sorry.
Hi, Heather. I'm seeing your comment, Heather. Yeah. That I love that it's Dragon's Night. Just went to see the live action How to Train Your Dragon with your son first class trip today. So that's fun. So my daughter and her partner and my nephew and his partner, they went to see it on the weekend and got all like dragoned up and dressed up to go see the live action as well.
Wow. You know what? I had never seen How to Train Your Dragon. And my next door neighbor, I love her. She's going into her last year of nursing. And she has a son named Alex. I think he'll be 9 or 10 this summer. He was buddies with my Justin. But they had a cat named Tisha, a black cat. Always used to come over, be really super huggy, super, super sweet. And unfortunately, she crossed the Rainbow Bridge. So they got another black cat. And it was named Toothless. And I'm thinking, boy, that's a mouthful. I knew where it was from. Until I finally watched How to Train Your Dragon. I watched all of them about a month ago. As soon as Toothless came on the camera, I went, OMG. Now I know why Toothless is named Toothless. Like spitting image, but a cat. So we got Wiz. I know. So we got Wiz here. Thank you.
Oh, hello, James. Thank you for being here. Wizard Radio FM, folks, please take a follow.
Yes, please do.
Hi, Jody. Thank you for being here.
I think we said hi to Fiona. I don't want to miss her, but just in case. Did we miss?
No, I haven't yet. Hello, Fiona. Fiona Clark, thank you for being here.
Oh,
I know Carrie and Contessa. So Carrie's talking about the weather being bad in Peterborough. Contessa's saying the same thing, like windstorm in Toronto. It was weird weather here today too. So I think, are you getting the weird weather up there in Thunder Bay?
Yeah, it was supposed to be thunders.
Wayne.
Sorry? Let me pop.
Wayne Malos, just saying hello to Wayne.
Let me pop out and pop right back in and see if it'll stop, because it's me that's delayed, and we were supposed to have thunderstorms. It was beautiful, clouded over, and it's been going between rain and then it's moving quickly and then it's clearing. We're getting sun. It's crazy. So how about that? Well, you continue to say hi. It'll take me 2 minutes to do it. Not even. And I'll be right back. Okay?
Okay.
Hopefully. Yeah, I should be.
Yep.
Okay, hang on. I will kick myself. I'll leave. Yes, I won't. Well, I won't. I'll just kick myself out. I'll close it. I'll be right back.
Heather, it was super fun, actually. My daughter's boyfriend got his nails all this like fun metallic-y purple color, and yeah, they were getting all dressed up to go see it, which was super fun. Wayne Malice, thank you for being here. And oh yeah, I agree. Michelle has her own dragons for sure. She does. And I think a lot of us that do spiritual work kind of have that those dragon guides. You were smashed here yesterday. Oh, yeah. You guys are in the St. Catharines area, right? You got hit yesterday. Roads were flooded, many closed. I noticed this morning there's a whole small tree in the backyard.
Wow.
Julie Jean, I wanted to bring that up. Let's see if I can.
I'm probably pausing again.
We're trying. There we go. Julie Jean does have the beginner animal communication workshops, June 28th and 29th, and you can find that information on her website as well too. Your guide is a potato? I don't think so.
I'm just setting up my live again because it wanted to go away on me because I had to close the window. So hopefully it's working. We will see. Hopefully. Okay, we'll save it. Oh, it's going to misbehave. Okay, give me a sec, guys. I'll be right back here. Am I still pausing a lot, Kerrilynn? And I apologize, guys. There's nothing I can do if I am. It's being very Okay.
It doesn't. I think it did a little bit at the beginning, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to.
Let us know, guys. Mm-hmm. Again, I apologize. The only other thing I can do is try and grab I'm right over my Wi-Fi, so it shouldn't be a problem. But I'm good. Okay, I'm good. Thanks, Connie. I appreciate that. Good.
Yeah, it looks better now. Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Good. Okay, did we say hi? Everybody's saying I'm good now. Okay, thanks, guys. Sometimes that StreamYard's that way. Yesterday was insane with I was telling you, it was with the Karen Reed trial. I think the internet almost broke with the amount of people. Oh, it's better now? Good, guys. I'm glad to hear. Thanks for letting us know. Because we want to give you the best signal we can. Mm-hmm. Right. So, people, did you go over? People were mentioning some people are feeling dizzy, nauseous. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're all good now. That's good. Yeah, the weather, I don't know if it's a Schumann resonance, the energy, the way the planets are all lined up, everything that's going on, but for sure it's affecting people physically, right? Incoming space energies. Mish is saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Affecting us physically and our broadcast. But thank you for hanging out with us and being patient.
Yes. Thank you.
But so let's get into dragons. Absolutely. I think everybody's obsessed with dragons. I don't think I know a person who doesn't have a connection to or is interested in. Yeah.
I have to agree 100%. Never mind the amount of movies that are out there. Everywhere. Maybe one of you take it away, LOL, because Wiz just said, are we having fun yet?
Did you see it just loaded again?
Yeah. I don't know what to do here.
Did you see that, or is it just my computer?
Yeah. Oh, there's Kathy Henley Little. Were your ears burning? I was talking about you and the bishop's wife. I don't know what's going on here with our StreamYard tonight. I have no idea. I didn't have a login for my phone.
It's acting up a little bit.
So Naomi says
it's acting up for sure. I was thinking about, right? I love dragons too. I would say my first, when Lorilei logged off, I was clear.
Oh, it's me. I know it's me.
You're right, Kathy. Everyone does have a dragon guide. You're right. We're assigned one when we're born, or before we're even born. We're all assigned a dragon guide, for sure. So your movie on repeat is Dragonheart. Oh my gosh, I haven't watched it in a long time, but it is good. I was trying to think of the first. So Katessa's sharing Dragonheart. I was trying to think of the first movie, and I would say the first movie for a dragon that I consciously remember in it, besides like Sleeping Beauty and like that stuff, would be Neverending Story.
Pete's Dragon.
Oh, Pete's Dragon. Yeah, for me, Neverending Story.
Oh, well, I'm older than you two, though. So I think Pete's Dragon was the first one. And then there was the one with Merlin. I remember that was a Disney movie. I think there was a dragon in there, too.
Oh, Mish, I was today years old when I understood Puff the Magic Dragon, Puff Puff. Like today years old, because I had thought about that as well too, but I was thinking about the Irish Rovers, right? So the Irish Rovers are singing Puff the Magic Dragon, but I when I did a little bit of research into it, I had no idea what it was actually really about and why it was banned in other places for everybody saying Puff the Magic Dragon.
It wasn't quite a dragon, and if you're old enough to remember this series, it was called H.R. Puff and Stuff. I remember watching that as a little kid. It was put on by, was it Croft and Seals? And I haven't met many people that have seen it, but it was shown around the world. And it was supposed to be a dragon, like the character. I still remember it had Witchy Poo. It had a whole bunch of stuff, and it was like almost like it was live acted with puppets and stuff. And I was a little kid when I watched it. I remember that one too. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. Oh, hi.
My kids were,
Your kids.
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh. Yes.
The animated TV show, Dragon Ball Z. So they remember that. Spirited Away. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful movie, but Spirited Away. So like Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, I've seen that.
They're beautiful. So Spirited Away. Yeah. And then of course like The Hobbit and Game of Thrones, right?
I never watched Game of Thrones until this year. And oh my gosh, like I binge watched it because it was like, holy cow. The ending was very disappointing. But then I heard that the writers switched towards the end or something. I'm not sure.
But the dragon stuff was amazing. And then when the zombie dragon.
Oh, we talked about that.
I knew as soon as it went in the water. The zombie dragon. Oh, yeah.
We talked about
I was
that
on the
off
edge of my
air.
seat yelling the whole time.
Yeah, we talked about that off air, and I said I was heartbroken. Like, how dare you do that to that poor dragon? Like, why would you do that? Like, yes. I have seen Howl's Moving Castle too. Yes, good movie, definitely. And then if it has a dragon,
So
yes,
same director.
Same director as Spirited Away. Okay.
Yep, same creators.
Okay.
Yep, Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away, all the same.
I'll have to watch that. I'll put that on my list to watch. But I could see I don't know how anybody could watch. I could see why it became such a phenomenon with Game of Thrones, because each episode left you hanging. Like, you would have to tune in. Like when you said you were on the edge of your seat, if you watched it when it was in real time coming out, oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to stand the suspense.
Oh, thank you, Mish. Do you want to see the whole thing? It's beautiful, and it's got a piece of amethyst up here is the.
Oh,
and then I'll show you the other side.
That I like that. That's gorgeous. Oh, Heidi says her daughter. Right? Yeah. Heidi says her daughter collects them from Michael's or Hobby Lobby dragons. Oh. Okay. Everybody's going love, love, love. Oh, Harry Potter. Yes. How I looked at that too, Naomi. Harry Potter movie had a dragon. It had many dragons in it, actually. Watching, especially the series. Remember with the Goblet of Fire, they each got a dragon, and they had to get the egg, get the next clue. Then in the last series, the Deathly Hallows, they released the poor elderly dragon that had been very mistreated at the bottom of Gringotts. Like, yeah, there were dragons in there, definitely.
Oh yeah. That was that. Cartoon wise, the movie Raya. Is it Raya? The Disney movie Raya.
You just made me think of something.
She's white.
Wait. Well, actually, me and my toys. I never grow up. I forgot about this till you brought her up. That's from the movie.
Yeah, her. Yep, she's beautiful.
Avatar.
And Avatar, I agree. Everything Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar. There's so many. So I was saying to Kerrilynn today, I don't use AI all the time, but I do like Grok on X because it'll give you links. It'll save you searching. So it gives you a rabbit hole to start down and do your own research. And it woefully let me down this week, I thought, because it just refuses to acknowledge that dragons could be real. I don't know. So to me,
the wish dragon.
Oh, Heather F. Hi, we got Julie Dow here too. She said Pete's Dragon was my favorite. My kids really liked that movie because back in the day when I know my kids were little, and your kids some of them are around the same age as what my guys were. You know, when I was a little kid, the first movie I remember seeing was Aristocats, and you might not ever see it again unless you went to the movies. But now, like, kids can see it whenever they want, right? So my kids really got into a lot of movies, but Pete's Dragon was their favorite for a long time. Definitely. Oh, okay. I don't know if I know about this one. Do you know what Wiz means?
Yeah, it's Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
The dragons.
Thank you.
So named after her brothers, right?
Yeah. Oh, the Dragon Slayer.
So I'm not really sure
about the dragon.
Yeah, so it's
Go ahead. I'm delayed, so I'm just waiting. Go ahead, Kerrilynn.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say, I think that it seems like when it does that little circle, like it's dropping out and popping right back on. And then it seems to say like there's, I don't know, like the internet's not connecting or something, or it's not connecting. It's weird what's happening tonight for sure.
I'll pop out.
Did you want
again.
me to start moving into some Did You Know?
Go ahead. I'm going to pop out again. If I had my phone connected, because I used to StreamYard, but I don't, I would just switch to my phone. So I'm going to plug in my Wi-Fi extender and see if that'll help. How about that? And then you just carry on and I will be right back. It won't take long. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
CN2. Let's can move some things around. There we go. Alrighty, folks, let's start. We have some Did You Know facts. So there's some of these I didn't know. The dragon on your shoulder. Yes. Okay. So did you know that Saint George, a Christian martyr, is famously known for slaying a dragon in one of the most iconic European dragon legends? I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? We sure had a dragon. Huge solar flare the other day. I know what huge solar. It's affecting everybody physically, but for sure, maybe the internet and stuff. We'll see what happens. I didn't know about that. Did you know that the Vietnamese believe their ancestors descended from a dragon and a fairy? I didn't know that. Drop into charcoal. Charcoal's cleansing. Yes. Did you know that Japanese dragons often have 3 claws, while Chinese dragons have usually 3 or 5, usually have 4 or 5, depending on their status? I didn't know that either. The energy is way off today. I agree. This morning, I was trying to read a regular book, and I don't need glasses to read. And it was like vertigo was kicking in. It was super weird. All right, my other did you know that in ancient Mesopotamian myth, the goddess Tiamat was a primordial dragon of chaos and birthed the gods? Are dragons male and female? I don't know. Your vision's been wonky too. I think so, male and female, or like separately. Is that what you're asking? That's what I always thought, but I don't know. Or I love a good or what else could it be? So that was make a female. Male or female. What makes a dragon a dragon? Because some dragons, no wings. Do they need to have wings? Do they need to breathe fire? What makes a dragon a dragon? Shape-shifting? Size changing? Hi, Michelle Plummer. Oh. If there's no wings, they're just a dinosaur, Heather. I don't, but then, so if you think of the elements, so earth, air, water, fire, there are dragons for each element. And yeah, so maybe it depends on the type of element that it is, or element that it is aligned with. Okay, Tessa's sharing, one of the best dragon movies I have ever seen is a Russian movie called I Am Dragon. It's visually magnificent. I'm going to write it down. Because even though it sounds pretty simple, my brain will go all over the place and not remember, but I will look it up later. Get it up. Oh, you know what, Carrie? I meant to grab them, but it's bloody hot. Let's see if this, I'm having an issue. There we go. Oh, wait. Let's see if I can get it up. Carrie. How many dragons can a dragon drag if a dragon could drag dragons? You are so funny. And I meant to, because your mom made those gloves, right? The dragon scale fingerless gloves from the winter. I meant to grab them out to wear them tonight, and I totally forgot.
Oh, I think I remember you talking about them. You guys, sorry, I even restarted my computer. I will tell you, my partner was watching downstairs. He goes, "What are you doing down here?" He goes, I was just watching you. There's no problem. I go, "Oh yeah, there's a problem." So I've got the Wi-Fi connector connected. I restarted the computer. Is that seeming better, guys? Does it seem like it's less delayed now?
Right now it is.
Okay, good. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Thank you for your patience. I remember you talking about the dragon gloves. You told me about those.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going live while we are talking here. I had to set Instagram up again. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So they come.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say they're long, so they come up over my wrist. You know how some mittens, they're short at your wrist, and these ones come up really long. So, oh, that's weird that popped back up again.
Oh, did it?
Mm-hmm.
See, we are delayed because it seems like there's a pause and then you talk. I don't know what to do, guys. The only other thing I could do.
Yeah, we're just going to muddle our way through. Do you want to do some of your Did You Know facts?
Well, I could, or I was going to say I can get a login code for StreamYard on my phone, but I can do that. Okay. Glasses. Where did you go in my hurry to leave? We'll have to grab our spares over here. Thank God I got 20
Julie
pairs.
Jean is sharing.
Go ahead.
Julie Jean is sharing, "Iving out joy." What are your thoughts on this? Do you want me to pop out and pop back in? Mish is suggesting.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe try it because, because they said there was, but it seems like it was fine when I was out, wasn't it? Yeah. Try popping out, Kerrilynn, and see what happens. Did you get that? Okay. Try popping out maybe and come back in and see if it'll make a difference. Well, hang on to this comment, Julie.
Weird.
I don't know. I'm not sure. So she's going to pop out and I will do some of my Did You Know facts. So give me a sec here. I got to find my ones that I saved. So I had different ones than Kerrilynn. And I looked at just asking for interesting stuff. So one of the interesting facts I found, are you going to try popping out, Kerrilynn?
I'm trying.
I'll kick you. Hang on, I'll kick you.
I'm trying.
You can just close the window. Just X out the tab. There you go. There you go. Okay, guys, are we working okay now? Like I said, the internet has been crazy. So we're going to hang on to Julie's comment here, Julie, when Kerrilynn gets back. So one of the fun facts that I had that I thought was interesting, I hadn't even thought of, is Chinese astrology, Year of the Dragon. And we just had that in 2024. So China's Year of the Dragon, and it's cyclical every 12 years. They have a different animal, obviously, in Chinese astrology. They said in 2024, China found that the Year of the Dragon boosted a lot of their digital content with apps and games releasing dragon-themed skins and events reflecting the zodiac's auspiciousness. So that was one. And also, I don't know, did you guys find that too? Like with Year of the Dragon, did you guys find that things, like what I was feeling almost energetically too from last year, if you really worked with the energy of the dragon, that I don't know, it seemed to really bring a lot of good fortune for a lot of people. So give me a sec when I go through here. Now, we were mentioning the movie Spirited Away. So Heiku's dragon form in Spirited Away was animated to flow like water, reflecting Japan's view of dragons as fluid, benevolent forces. So I thought that was interesting. Also, depending on your belief system and where you looked at dragons around the world, they represented a lot of the elements that we find, like earth, air, wind. I think it was earth, air, wind, and fire. So I thought that was interesting. So Michelle said, hi, Michelle Plummer. Oh, everybody's telling what year they were born in. You said, I'm a dog. Dragon year was a tough one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found it tough. But I sort of found kind of globally for some people, because it was even tough financially. Hi, Sparky's Paranormal. Kerrilynn's coming back, you guys. We're having, the internet is not playing up nice. I've restarted my computer while she held down the fort. And so Kathy Henning Little says we're good. Okay. So Heidi says 5:55 Colorado time. Cha-cha-cha changes. Okay. Naomi, you said you're a horse. I can't remember what I am. I want to say a snake, but I can't remember. So, okay. So Julie says the same thing. It was a tough year. And yeah, I think a lot of people too. It just felt energetically with, maybe it was people that believed in Chinese astrology, like followed that with the cultural beliefs. So you said you're a crabby cock, is what you said, being a Cancer as well in the year that you were born in 1969. We got a lot of horses here when it comes to Chinese astrology. Interesting. So hang on. I'm going down. I don't know, Kerrilynn. Oh, you're a goat, Connie. You've got, like I say, a lot of people got, Kathy Henning Little said too, a tough year. Yeah, it was a tough year. And I thought, you know what, 2025 is going to be a better year. And it started out with a bang, let me tell you. So I'm just keep hoping that the rest of the year, hopefully it'll shift. But I think we're still going to be through some crazy, crazy energy. Hang on, I'm going through my facts here, you guys. Give me a sec. They talked about, like I said, Kerrilynn had some great ones here. Well, I'll tell you some countries known for dragons besides the ones that were usually associated with dragons, like the East in the way of China, Japan. So that's mentioned. I'll just go through. It says China, the epicenter of dragon reverence, with long in art, games, and films. Digital dragon dances and zodiac-themed apps surge during Lunar New Year. I also know, which is very intriguing, because their New Year is not the same time as ours. But for example, I get a monthly subscription from, I think, it's Singapore for resin. Actually, one of them came today with cats. I'm so excited. So I know they shut down during Lunar New Year in China. I don't know about Japan, but I know like Singapore, Thailand, because I order from a lot of those places with molds, and they shut down for almost 2 weeks during the Lunar New Year, which is intriguing, isn't it? Everything shuts down. Kathy Henry Little says, I'm the year of the dog. Absolutely, Julie Jean Bassett. Countries known for dragons, the UK and Scotland, because that was the next one I was going to mention. So, sorry, when I plugged in my Wi-Fi extender, one of my lap tables I used decided to make its arrival fall. So sorry about that. Maybe it's that Bigfoot in my closet, as when we have Kassoon here, he likes to call strange things that happen in the background. So then there is the United Kingdom, home to European dragon myths, such as the Feast of St. George. There's a dragon associated around that. I believe that's around April 20th, if I'm not mistaken. We used to have hosts on here that were from the UK, the Allens, and just such a lovely couple. Really fascinating story how they got married. And she's a Marilyn Monroe impersonator, but just the most beautiful energy. And she's gorgeous. And her husband, too, just super lovely. I think they're still on Facebook and YouTube. You can check them out. But the reason I bring up St. George is they have a fascinating story how they got together and got married. And they got married on, I believe, it's St. George's Day. Now, we don't celebrate that over here in Canada or I believe North America, but I'm aware of the dates. So I always remember when it's their wedding anniversary. And you were absolutely right, Wes. Wizard Radio FM, I'm going to highlight that for you. Chinese astrology is all animals. Agreed. Now, that's a fact. Did you know fact? That it's not even in my list, but I remember seeing this, that all the animals indeed are real animals, real, physical, tangible animals on the Chinese zodiac. The only one that's on there that they say is quote unquote mythological is the dragon. Because when you do the research, they try and tell you that dragons aren't real. And dragons, I think, were real. Now, my theory, and I could be completely wrong, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. To me, anything that's existed throughout time, even to this very day, so we're talking vampires, we're talking werewolves, we're talking, any type of spooky, ooky type thing that, you're told maybe as a child those things don't exist, or you look you look into doing just a search, and they'll say no, it doesn't exist. They'll even say that about ghosts, depending on what source that you access. But to me, when something has persisted throughout time, obviously we are in the digital age, but before the digital age, even before electricity, right? People worked hard. And then, usually had a family meal, depending on your culture. And at nighttime for entertainment, storytelling happened because we didn't have TV or radio back in those days. And where I'm going with this is giants, anything like this, right? Dragons. That legend and lore still exists today. And if there wasn't some semblance of truth, even though the story may have changed depending on the teller, it still exists. So we've got real dragons on the Chinese astrology not real dragons along with real animals. So 11 real animals in Chinese astrology and the dragon. So were they trying to give us a hint that dragons really existed before? Well, there's Kerrilynn. She's just hanging out there. I'm going to pull her on. Hi. Oh, I'm telling you, I had this happen yesterday when I was doing some producing for the network. We'll try that again. Are you ready to come on, Kerrilynn? Hopefully she is. Hopefully she can hear me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That happened to me yesterday when I was producing. I clicked on you and you just went zip right out. You're having fun. I'm hearing you better. How about you? No?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wouldn't let, I was just having trouble logging off, and then it was saying that StreamYard wasn't connected to the internet. I'm here now.
And you were fine without
what I
me.
miss.
I was fine without you, and now we're here and we're getting that little do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's because we talked about the energy I was just doing some did you know facts and was getting into countries that are known for dragons. And I just mentioned about the fact that it wasn't even on my did you know fact list, but talking about Chinese astrology, every single one of the 12, the 11 are all real tangible animals still alive to this day. And then the dragon is on there. So if the dragon is mythological, why would they show one mythological creature along with tangible animals in Chinese astrology? Oh, Sparky's Paranormal's here. I said,
oh, Sparky, and I saw your post about your podcast, and StreamYard is difficult to figure out. I agree. Having some issues tonight, but I'm looking forward to when you get it going and you start your podcast. So let us know so we can share you out as well too.
So Kathy, that's an interesting point. You said talk to people in the Appalachians and they will tell you dragons are real. In my research, I didn't come across anything about dragons and the Appalachians. Did you, Kerrilynn? And I believe you. It's just interesting it didn't come up.
So their culture is such a mix of Scottish, Irish, Indigenous. So I would assume somewhere along the way there would be some type of dragon because it's part of that Celtic background. Sparky, I didn't find a story, but I would think it's there somewhere.
Sparky, you are 100% correct. So how did, because all the research shows this as well, pretty well most cultures have some mention or form of dragons, but you mentioned a very important part, that they all mentioned it, but they weren't able to communicate with one another.
You're welcome.
Oh, we got a good question.
Carrie is asking if Nessie, so is Loch Ness Monster, is Nessie a dragon? Would she be considered a water dragon?
I'm really glad you asked this because we obviously do a lot of research for the shows. And I had this exact same question in my mind. But one of the videos I shared with you, Kerrilynn, I know we won't play it tonight. It's too long. It's talking about water dragons. And I'm going to say yes. What do you think?
I agree. I think so.
I think so. So we're getting a question. This actually isn't a bad question. Della is asking the interpretation of a dragon. Is it a reptile or a behavior or something all-encompassing? So is it an actual? Is it a cryptid? Is it a mythological creature? What do you think?
Could it be both? Dimensional? Did we create it? I think it was physical. I think it was here.
You brought up a really good point today, and it just popped into my head. And what we were talking about was about how Thin Man started on a creepypasta, and now we're hearing of seeing videos, seeing pictures, hearing of personal encounters. So please share what you also shared about dragons, because I won't do it justice like you had said it.
Well, I've been questioning everything today, including my existence. So that's just the kind of mood I've been in all day, right? That's the mood I've been in, questioning everything. And so I said, why wouldn't dragons be real if for thousands of years we have talked about it? There's drawings about it, stories and poems about it. If we've all put our collective consciousness into that, if there wasn't something before, did we create it by talking about it? There had to have been something there. If it was a dream, a lucid dream, it was magic mushroom tea from somebody a long time ago, whatever it was, but it started, and then collectively did we create it as well too. Dinosaur family, maybe.
Yeah, people have thoughts about Nessie, and again, we don't know everything. Right. This is just to stimulate conversation. So I love this. We've got Nessie, a large fish or carp or sturgeon. Carrie's asking, is Nessie an alien? Connie's sharing, or maybe even the dinosaur family. Oh, Wiz is I saw that, Wiz, before you typed it. So thank you, Station ID. I'll just share Sparky's Paranormal. They've mentioned they think Nessie is a throwback of a is it a plesiosaur? In my opinion, water dragons are different in my opinion. Mm-hmm.
So define a water dragon then.
Please. Yes. I would love to hear people. And Julie says she's
Is
questioning.
It what would make it different? Magical properties? Shape-shifting?
I don't know, because you're right. And Connie Martins is saying, I think a water dragon can fly. That's why it's fun to
say
talk.
That Nessie didn't fly.
Mm-hmm. That's why it's fun to talk about these things, because, you know, we hear other people's ideas and you take what resonates. Should we do our station ID? Because we have a question. So, you want to do our station ID?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for being patient with us as we try to figure out all the little glitchy things that have been going on. We appreciate all of that. You are listening to us live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans. You are listening to Beneath the Hollow Moon with Lorilei Potvin and myself, Kerrilynn Shellhorn. And tonight we are talking about dragons.
And I'm going to throw in there that we always remember at the end, but I'm going to throw in, it just popped into my head. Kerrilynn has Spirit Switchboard on Fridays at 6 p.m. And I have the Angel Rock on Mondays at 6 p.m., both Eastern Standard Time here on UPRN. So we have
all kinds of new shows and different programs all the time joining us. There's, I think, 3 new shows on Friday. There's new shows on Wednesday. There's all kinds of new shows. You can find out about all of our hosts and shows on uprntalkradio.com to learn more and access all of our archive shows. And please stay tuned after our show, because our network manager, Michelle DeRoche, has the Outer Realm right after us.
Yes. So Kathy has a question. Do you want to read it or you want me to?
Sure. Question: do ladies believe that the more and more people become awakened, enlightened, cryptic, and finding hidden history? Yes. I think vibrationally we're raising the vibrational, allowing that veil to be thinner, allowing us to see them more. Or them feeling okay, maybe, to present more because we're ready to see it or handle it. Guardian element, a guardian of that element of earth. So I think so too. I personally believe that they are also ethereal. Is that the word I want to use? But like angels, I think that they have a role to protect and guard and guide us and the planet, and the more of us that are in that place where we're doing that collectively, good stewardships of the planet and of one another, that they come in.
I absolutely agree. So Heidi just shared this. Okay, people's just got a notification of a major X1.91 solar flare and R3 radio blackout over mostly the Pacific PNW. So that could very much explain what's going on. Right?
Interesting. Sparky, where are you? Yep, giddy up and hang on for the ride, for sure.
Yeah. Mish said maybe dragons are shapeshifters. I came across that. Did you, Kerrilynn? So
dragons are just under elementals as far as age, and are wise ones.
I'm way up at the top here. Let me get back. So Sparky just added, so dragons are just under elementals as for age and looked at as wise ones. But you know what you and I said too when we were talking? None of us are ever really going to know all the answers until we leave. We'll say here. We go back home. We help whatever your belief system is, but we're no longer in a physical body. How about that? Right?
Yeah, and then when people start adding in different timelines, all of that stuff, then I'm like, it's all, are we experiencing all of those different things at different frequencies based, creating our reality based on the frequency that we are at and at different timelines as well too. And that just makes it even trippier.
I agree. So
then I stopped drinking coffee. So that for the day. Because I was like stressing myself out.
As I'm having
this is too much. I just wanted. No, I was just wanting to watch dragon movies and not think about it. Dragons in lore, but they can normally. Dragons in lore can, but they normally don't, as they feel it is infertile
to their normal form.
To their normal form.
Okay, this was a good question.
Contessa, I like that question. Alexandria, do you think, do you all think that the Library of Alexandria had all the secrets in the books that were destroyed?
Yes. I do. Oh, so Sparky's getting the glitch in Idaho. He's sharing, or they're sharing. So, I think this is a global thing because StreamYard, I believe, the two young men that created it recently sold it to a larger company. So I don't know if the larger company is in Silicon Valley or where it is, but that might make sense why we're having the issues that we are. Because I've got my Wi-Fi extender on. I restarted my computer. I'm clear. And then when I've gone out, you've been clear. So, yeah. So we just got to bear.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it. Yeah.
Go ahead. We'll just talk, and if it's cutting in, it's cutting in. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's how the whole day has felt, like stop, start, and a little bit tricky. Do you think that we could carry ancestral wisdom from dragons, like tap in that way as well too? Like if we have I don't know. Am I saying that right?
I've loved
ancestral memory. Could we tap into a time period if we're, maybe I should ask when Marilyn Kaufman comes on Spirit Switchboard next week when we talk about regression therapy and past lives, if we can tap in that way.
Well, I can say that I have been obsessed with I've got a toy dragon. I got a tattoo I drew on. I know I can't turn my arm enough and it needs to be retouched. I've had it for years, but I put in Sanskrit and all kinds of secretive little things in there that mean things to me. I also believe and I know we started the show with this, that we can have dragon guides. I have dragon guides on my property ever since the paranormal stuff I went through. So yes, and never mind, we did both say we agreed that we are born with a dragon guide. So I think we can tap into, because I believe they're part of universal consciousness, never mind what you just mentioned. So I believe that yes, we could indeed tap in, and I think work with the energy, communicate with the energy, let them tell us their story. And even, what about remote viewing? Wouldn't that be interesting? You can go back, if they actually were physically real or whatever dimension they're in, and remote view and find out more.
I'm still processing everything that happened like a couple of weeks ago. So I don't know how ready I am to tap into other stuff, but we'll see.
Well, if you want to talk about it, you can talk about it. And if you don't, that's okay. So Julie says, I have several dragon guides.
Yeah. I So when you're working with your dragon guides, do you know which element they're connected to? Earth, air, water, fire? Are each one different? Are you able to tap in that way? Are they connected to certain crystals? Do you guys work with crystals when you're wanting to tap into your dragon guides? Does it work better when you're outside near water, out on a mountain, in the house? Does it matter? I know it doesn't really matter, but does any of that stuff amp it up? I'm all about it's fire.
For me, because I just tapped in. Yeah, I just tapped in while you were talking and asked them. And what I was being told, I'm hearing and I'm feeling mainly fire, but also water, both. Because I checked, is it air and earth? I heard a no. Fire, heck yes. Water as well. So it's almost like they balance one another. And so, for example, the 4 that I have on the property, my specific request to work with them is, because we've had some negative paranormal activity, is to please guard the property and keep anything that is not meant to be here, that is positive, love, and for our highest good, to keep it out, please. So I'd love to hear how other people, even people are sharing the colors. So what about you, Kerrilynn? What do you feel for yourself?
Mine's definitely fire.
Yeah.
My dragon? Yeah, definitely fire. And I find it interesting. So I've heard that, Heidi, there's lots of great comments. You guys, thank you so much for sharing. So some are saying, I've heard not to reveal her name. And I've heard that from other people, that you're not supposed to reveal the name. I was never, but I don't, why? Like, I'm not saying don't do it, because that's what you've gotten and that's what that is for you. I didn't receive that message. Not that I share about it very much, but I just wondered, what is it just because it's just your connection? It's just your guide? Like, we share other spirit guides' names with ease, or our angels' names with ease. It's a question that I get asked all the time, the most in a session. Like, if somebody, like, what's my spirit guide's name? And most people that have met me know that I'm always going to tell you Bob. Because in the end, it doesn't really matter, because it's all about a frequency. And when you tap in, you understand who they are, because we all have unique frequencies. So do the dragons have their own unique frequency as well too, which I think, I'm feeling, I'll come back to that. So I feel the names don't really matter, because you're matching the frequency.
I don't ask for names.
I don't know.
But I like I said, we work very similarly in many arenas at the same time. I don't get hung up on names. It's more about frequency. With a dragon as well. And I've been told before that something negative that starts with the D word will never give you the name. I was given the name, never heard the name, in a dream, told their animal form, found it 5 years later right there on paper. I've had people say to me, there's no way you were told that. There's no way it doesn't do that. Because I still go back to what Spirit gave me before. And I think it is what you perceive becomes what you believe, and it becomes your reality. So if you believe that you can't share the name of your dragon or whatever that may be, that is what you believe. That becomes your reality, and that's okay. But I don't feel that way myself. And I agree with the point you made. Yeah, we tell people our spirit guides' names and everything else. So I'm kind of on the same page as you.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to so dragons are attached to emotion, storm, rage. Julie Jean is sharing. I've heard that too. But I've shared my guides' names before. Sparky, I'm just gonna scroll up.
You go ahead. And
I've shared my the fairy guide that connected with me, which felt like family, like soul family interaction that we had. She gave me her name, and I've shared her name over the years, and that story, and still having connections. So I was somewhere. Oh, Sparky, sorry, I'm trying to get to it. Some people think they are talking to a dragon, but it's an elemental. They are more prominent as dragons of fire, wind, earth, fire are rare. A dragon will not give you their true name. If you have a true name, you have power over them. I'm trying to understand.
I don't believe that myself. For myself, I don't believe that. Again, I think it comes to what you believe becomes what you perceive, and it becomes your reality. And my way isn't right, nor is anybody else's. I think it's what it works for you. Go ahead, Kerrilynn. Sorry.
Yeah, and is it a cultural belief that you would have power over them? Like, is it coming from a certain a particular cultural background? And then does that play a factor as well too? Understanding your heritage and your cultural heritage and background, and are there different dragon lore connected as well too, and how does that influence your connection if you are connecting to a dragon guide?
One thing I just thought of, all the movies we've mentioned and stories and things with dragons, I have yet to remember a character from those stories or movies that we don't know the name of the dragon either, right? Now, I know that they're supposed to be fictitious or based on legend and lore, but you even go back to Lord of the Rings. I mean, they knew the name of the dragon. It was Smaug, if I'm not mistaken. Like we've known it. So again, I think it's with anything when we're in this world that, again, that came from spirit. And I say it all the time. What you perceive becomes what you believe, and it becomes your reality. It's the same thing when we work with you and give you a reading, for example, or you go to someone for a reading, right? Most people will say to you, or you're teaching, for example, even take what resonates and leave the rest. And I always say there's certain things that I'll tuck up on my proverbial back shelf, I call it, and keep it back up there, because maybe I haven't made a decision, but it's kind of twinged something within me. So I just save it for future reference to unpack when I know eventually the timing will be right. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to say something?
So Sparky is sharing Celtic, yes. Fae, yes. Non-human spirits, yes. The true name is not a given name, but a name that is earned, if that makes sense. So as the relationship, so there's So I kind of feel that about Sasquatch too, though. I think that they can tap into us and they know our intentions. So we get to have an experience with them based on what they are picking up on our frequency and intention. And I feel a lot of our guides are that way, whether they're dragon or Sasquatch.
I agree. So I had seen a comment go by. It was something about to do with the name. You're not, I think it may have been with the Fae or something. And please correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't see who made the comment. And it was don't tell them your name or something to that effect. But I think that when we're dealing with something that could be interdimensional and has been around, I believe many of these, I don't know if you want to call them creatures, whatever you want to call them. And I say that with the utmost respect, that they've been around long before we have, even as human beings, that they indeed are able to be telepathic, if you will, connect into that, I'm going to call it universal consciousness. So they know. And again, they know us by our frequency, I think. We got to remember, and I really believe this, that names are a human thing. You run into off-world beings, you run into other things. They know each other by frequency. They communicate with telepathy. They know each other by vibration, frequency, harmonics, however, what you feel like, basically. So a name is kind of irrelevant in a way. And I'm not telling people what to think here. It's just, it makes sense to me, right? Because as humans, we name things. Does that make sense?
Do you think sacred sites hold the frequency? So, like ley lines, or where ley lines cross, or sacred sites carry that dragon energy or connection stronger?
100. I think it can be easier maybe to connect. You know what I mean? Because when you just said that, think even within the paranormal, right? If you're, and I have a book I pull out every now and then, and it's called Diamond Dowsing, and it really looks at the effect that it can even have on our own human body energetically with ley lines, underground water sources, and things we may not be available. Is it causing a serious illness? No, it is affecting our energy body. And if you break it down to everything is energy, and I believe it is, and energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but transferred from one place to another. And even if something's in, and I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this. If dragons come, say right now, they're existing in a different dimension. We could take Bigfoot. We could take the Fae. We could take anything, right? They're at a different frequency. It's all energy, right? And I don't know. I just think that we're putting our human eyes on this, trying to understand all this. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off. Let me know what your thoughts are, you guys. Did you get that? Did you hear that, Kerrilynn, or did I block out?
No. I was just going to see if somebody was answering, but if you want me to answer, I agree about the frequency stuff for sure, and tapping in that way. Sorry, I was just reading. Do you want me to bring up? There's a couple different things.
Yeah, please do. Please do. We've got videos. Have we got time for videos? Great. If you don't, that's okay too.
We do. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to wait a second and see if it goes up, or maybe I'm just not going to touch things tonight. Because when I was trying to leave, it wouldn't let me go. Oh, there it goes. Now it's up.
I saw it. It's up. It's been up there for about 20 seconds. I think we're delayed.
Yeah, it just came up for me now.
Yeah, it's been up there about 15. As soon as you clicked it, it came up right away. So we're delayed. We've got a bit of a delay.
Sparky's Paranormal and Outdoors. So the name.
Well, with no disrespect, I for myself, and this is just me, I don't I've never been hung up on the name thing. Yes, I understand what you're saying, that we have a birth name. We have a name that we go by within our practices and whatever we do. And then do I have a spiritual name? Yes, I also have names from previous past lives that I have known and had confirmed, even not a story for tonight, but a strange story. And that's where we get into even past lives. We've been both male, we've been female, we've been many things. We've had many different names, right? So do we carry the lineage and the energy of those names? Do you see where I'm going with that? And it's human beings that name things. So if it works for you, and I'm so happy that you shared your thoughts, but I don't know. I've just never like that. I think that's why I really resonate with, well, there's many reasons why I did with you, Kerrilynn, but the same thing, like, I love that you've taught the course. What is it? Your spirit, I forget the name, but basically your spirit
Who's your
guide.
Bob?
Bob. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it's tuning.
Who's your Bob?
Yeah, who's your Bob? Because then you're tuning into the energy and frequency of what you're connecting with, right? And then you get to know that. Even remember when we were following Sean Clenn, and he had a great exercise. He's on YouTube. He's from Navajo Nation, and he pulled up pictures, really scary looking pictures, some of them. And the exercise was, don't just use your eyes, but really feel into these pictures. Which ones do you think may be positive and which ones may be considered negative? He had worked with or come across all of these entities. And it was a really great exercise because it was a really good teaching exercise, I thought, because some of the really scary, creepy ones were actually good ones that he works with within his culture. But it was getting people to tune in, not just using your eyes, right? So same thing with names. Go ahead. Sorry.
And discernment, to understand discernment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that, Heidi. I kind of view names like a more detailed label, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong if you have a different view or a different thought on it, because that resonates with you and what you're doing on this planet, right? And it may resonate with other people, and that's great. That's why it's always so nice to have these conversations, because we get to share all our thoughts and ideas, and you know what, pick what resonates. And yes, you're right, Mish, we are named. That's another reason why, to identify one from another. Would you agree, Kerrilynn, with having a name?
Yeah. How do you call on dragon energy today? Do you guys work with dragon energy? Have you worked with it before? How do you do that?
Sorry?
Meditation, oracle cards. Has anybody done an energy attunement?
Can you explain a little bit dragons? More? Oh, with dragons? Yeah, I have before. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, I'd love to hear too, like you were asking the chat too, if they've ever done one before. Yeah, we'll get to. Oh, Julie said she has. Mish said no. I have never asked. Sparky says yes, they have too. Heidi says indeed. I've worked with a group on Instagram, Dragon Lines on Mother Earth. Ooh, I know I didn't really dig into that this time. Did you, about dragon lines? Because I've heard of them before as well, besides ley lines.
I did find information about that, but I've not personally worked that way.
No, I don't. Just an interesting thought, right? It's an interesting conversation, hearing different thoughts on this. And because there's something definitely about dragons, or we wouldn't be like the fact that we were able to talk about, the culture of it all and the movies and what have you. Or like I said to you, do you want me to pull up that song that all of a sudden was released today and it's about dragons and we made that connection?
There's like there's a little bit of romanticism to dragons, right? And
absolutely.
And that the time period that we associate it with, and the chivalry, and that we romanticize a lot of that, I think, or we're pulled to that.
I don't know, but like, do you find it's because, and again, this is just my experience, but it really reminds me of back to the days of King Arthur and around that time, like with castles, and it might just have been past life experiences. I don't know, but that's what I tend to think of sometimes when you get into dragons. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Like, what makes you think about dragons if you hear the word? And everybody in the chat too, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, when you hear the word dragon, what does it make you think of?
Freedom and flying.
I like that. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Flying. I have to tell you, like that Harry Potter movie, when they broke out of Gringotts Bank and they freed the dragon and they all jumped on the back of the dragon, like you could almost feel the courage you needed to have to be able to do that. But then when the dragon breathed free air and it took off so slowly, and it was just, you could feel the sadness, you could feel the energy sapped. And as it started to fly, and then it started to gather momentum and energy as it flew over the ocean or the waterway, that's exactly right. That's what it made me think of, freedom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Contessa, I saw that comment about feeling energy, and I agree. I think that you can, and I feel that way about people as well too.
I'm looking for a video.
And I think that's funny, Mish, that you're saying grumpy people is what you think about. I agree. Sparky, elemental spiritual being that protects and prolongs Mother Earth.
I'm just loading up that video, so just give me a sec here, because I'm just going to play a small clip of it.
Mish is saying, in my bringing up, anyone in a bad mood was being like a dragon.
Oh, I love it. I'm just loading it up, so just give me a sec here. Hopefully I got it at the right spot. We shall see. Give me a sec here, guys. I'm just loading. Oh, there we go. Got it where I want it. Okay. Do you want me to play that clip? So we were talking. Okay, so we were talking, and I follow, you guys might have heard me mention this on the Angel Rock. It's a YouTuber by the name of Andy Signor, and he has Popcorn Planet. And he calls it pop culture justice, but he covers a lot of stuff that's going on in celebrity and music. And there's this case out there, I'm sure you've probably heard about it if you follow pop culture, with Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Ryan Reynolds, and it has to do with the movie It Ends With Us. It was a book written by Colleen Hoover. And there's a big lawsuit and what have you. So Andy has been putting together with his co-host, Kim, her channel I think is called It's Kim, and they put together a documentary called It Ends With Justice, talking to people that have all been involved with the movie, getting behind the scenes. And he recently started a channel called Popcorn Music, and he was just sitting there doodling one day, because if you know about this case, there is a text message from Blake to Justin Baldoni that says, "I'm basically Khaleesi. and I have beautiful, powerful dragons, referring to her hubby, Ryan Reynolds, Taylor Swift, and I'm not sure who the third was. So Andy was sitting there with a notepad doodling some lyrics, sent it to a friend that does music. He was sharing it, and he made up a song that was released as we're talking about dragons, calling I'm Not Your Dragon. I won't play the whole bit, but I'll just we thought we'd give them a quick little plug because it just was very serendipitous. I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that as well, Kerrilynn, but we thought we'd play it. It's called I'm Not Your Dragon.
No, I thought the timing was crazy.
Me too.
Yeah, the timing was crazy.
Mm-hmm. So give me a sec here. We will share it. I won't play a lot. I just went to the part where it says I'm Not Your Dragon. But you guys check them out if you can. They're real good, excellent content creators. I've mentioned them a few times on the Angel Rock. And so I don't know if this was done through AI or not. I got to pull it up top here. So give me a sec. So it's a song about dragons. As we're talking about dragons, it says, I'm not your dragon. So I let them know, and they highlighted and liked the comment. So I think they're okay with it. We said we were going to play it tonight.
I'm not your dragon, ain't nobody's dragon. Not your shield when the truth is revealed. You'll be standing on the field alone.
I won't play long enough just in case YouTube doesn't like it. But just the fact, oh boy, you really paused here. Just the fact that we have a song, even it's coming into a law case about dragons. They're everywhere, it almost seems, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It was, and it came out exactly when we were talking about the show tonight and dragons and the term, like I was talking about Dragon Lady, the term Dragon Lady, where that came from. We were talking about all those different points, and then it dropped when we were talking about even the movies and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. We could do you want to do, Heidi was so gracious. Do you have her video that we could share? So we had, again, in the serendipity, synchronicities of everything that sort of magically happened, which is, thank you, Dragon Guides, for helping all of that unfold. Heidi, you actually messaged us right when we were talking about not having a listener story or a listener submission for this week, and what were we going to do about it? And you sent your submission right when that happened, and it's on topic too, which was crazy. So thank you so much. And, you know, if anybody does have a story that they would like to share, unexplained story, ghost story, doesn't have to be on topic for the week, but we would love to share your stories of the unexplainable, high strangeness, whatever you have. If you send it to Kerrilynn's Porch, KerrilynnS porch @gmail.com. You don't have to, and we can post it anonymously and talk about it anonymously as well too. So,
and just so you know, like literally how serendipitous this was, I literally clicked send to Kerrilynn because there was this strange story that came up in Reels. Wasn't looking for it. I was watching something else somebody had sent me, and it was a video right after, and it's talking about this woman who met a guy that said that he was an angel. I don't think he was an angel. And your story came through, Heidi, so thank you for sharing. What did you say here? You said, I had planned on sending a strange experience days.
And it's brilliant.
Okay, do you want me to read it, or you want to read it and then I'll play the video? Because there's two videos.
Yeah, it was a peoply week.
It was.
Oh, do you want?
I have it ready.
Yeah, I have to go back.
I got it ready, Kerrilynn. I got it ready. I'm okay.
Do you want to read it then?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, so let me grab my pair. I just didn't want to take over, so hang on. So Heidi shares.
No, you're good. Thank you.
I've always felt these large, shadowy, flying things are dragons. First time I saw them, I was leaving my 3 times a week physical therapy, admiring the mountains each time. I noticed these and couldn't see them in the physical, only through the camera lens. At times I feel so very drawn to go and say hello. So this was the first one link that we got. It was, I believe, a Facebook reel. Now I'm going to say, Heidi, I really saw it, especially in the second link that you sent, and said, thank you so much for sharing. So hang on, we shall play it. Maybe I can move it up a wee bit. Let's see. I won't touch it. I'll just leave it. Hopefully the volume's going to work on me. No, the volume doesn't want to work on me, guys. I'll replay it, and I know it's not very big, but you see if I can make it bigger. Not let me make it bigger. So Heidi, you might want to mention in the chat, because this would have, I don't know if you can see the arrow, but it's over the mountains here.
So if you could drop.
Go ahead, Kerrilynn.
Just to when you see the traffic lights, to the right-hand side of the light, to that bottom right-hand corner, just off to the side. And for the audio listeners, for those of us who are not able
Sorry
to view, it's, oh, look at you. It's and that's large because you're filming that from, like, it's in the car in a far distance. So that's got to be huge to show up, and it's moving like it has some kind of wings.
Now I see it. I couldn't see it, but now I see it. Wow. That is incredible.
No, I think you can see it, Heidi. You just
you can see it, Heidi.
To lift it. Yep, you can.
So I'm going to play the YouTube one now, Kerrilynn. So give me just 1 sec, and I'll get that loaded up, because that's
Heidi
incredible.
Is sharing. I never see them in the physical.
That was incredible. What is my computer? I'm telling you guys, we are having fun with the electronics tonight. Let me tell you. Holy padoodle. Okay, where am I?
I'm just going to put Heidi's comment up.
Okay. No, stop. Okay, give me 1 sec, guys. Whew. So many buttons.
I never see them in the physical, so I was stopped at a light and grabbed my camera. I did a continuous photo clocks and held the shutter down. It's amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so this is the one on YouTube. This is the one I saw more clearly. I'm so glad that you explained where to look, Kerrilynn, because once I blew it up, you can see it so clearly on that Facebook video. This is another one she shared to YouTube. So hang on. I'm going to start it right at the beginning. Okay. I love the language. Love it.
Okay, now there's 2 of them.
Yeah, it's all lit up.
Where do you go?
I see it now. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to pause it.
In the one, yeah, it's right there.
There it is.
Yeah, right there.
I don't see it with the naked eye. Those black shadowy things. What are those? that? Right there.
So when I was teaching at
Yeah, I
a
see a bird over
retreat,
here. Wait, there's a bird.
and
That's what a
the
bird looks
photos that I was taking, you could only see what I believe were elementals
Right.
when I was taking the pictures, but I couldn't see them with my naked eye.
Interesting. There's just a second left. Isn't that weird how the camera will pick up stuff, but our eyes can't see it, right?
I don't see them
Mhm.
anymore. That was weird.
Thank you for sharing. So what did you catch on camera, Kerrilynn, that you can see? It was I missed that first part.
Elementals.
Wow.
And we were like in the like Huntsville area.
Interesting. Whatever it was perfect. Again, like you said, people don't have to share their strange, tales of the strange, unusual, whatever, to go with the theme. But we just had a lot of serendipitous stuff happen for today's show today. So I'm really glad you shared that. Thank you. Everybody's saying
Porky,
awesome.
what do you... Heidi's sharing, she's had someone tell her that they're a phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's saying awesome video. And she said that was 7 or 8 years ago. So it was a while back when she took the video. So, you know what? We are almost out of time. Can you believe it? So we haven't finished our discussion on dragons. That's for sure. That'll be another topic again in the future, won't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we had so many videos to show and to discuss as well too, right? And there was a lot of interesting things about Papua New Guinea.
Oh, I know. You had a great video. We didn't even get to that. Yeah, we had a lot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you guys stay tuned because the second night of the Outer Realm with the amazing Michelle DeRoche, who is also our station manager, is coming up next. And you want to take us out, Kerrilynn?
Sure. Next week, we're going to be talking about vampires. If you have been in Rock, you know that Beverly Rhodes has been chatting with her about vampires. So we're going to continue the conversation about vampires over here on Beneath the Hollow Moon. So we are thanking everybody for contributing to the chat and being part of our community. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Thank you. Oh, Nathaniel Gillis on the Outer Realm with Michelle tonight. Find Laura Lee Monday night at 6 p.m. on the Angel Rock, and tomorrow night I have Stephanie Mala from Stephanie Mala with. Go ahead.
All I was going to add is our own Julie Jean Bassett is going to be with me Monday night on the Angel Rock at 6 o'clock. So thank you and who have you got on tomorrow night?
Stephanie Malo, Stopping to Smell the Flowers. So we are going to be talking about all the things, synchronicities, stopping to pause, meditation, and signs and synchronies from our loved ones on the other side, and how we can feel them and connect with them, and making that a spiritual practice every day. Thank you to the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans. Thank you for joining us on Beneath the Hollow Moon. And until next week, step back into the shadows, and whatever you do, don't follow the whispers. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Love ya. And tomorrow on Kerrilynn Show. We'll see you later. Love ya.